Hello all, welcome to oratrainings.com. In this session, we'll discuss about where and order by clause in Oracle database. Let us get into the agenda of this particular course. After completing this lesson, you should be able to understand how do we limit the rows retrieved by a SQL query, and also how do we sort the data which is retrieved by a SQL query. Let us see the syntax of how do we limit the rows provided by the select query. So earlier we have seen how do we retrieve the data by just using a select and from clause. Now in this particular session, we are adding up a where clause to filter the retrieved rows. So here, if you observe the highlighted part, the where condition. So when you write a select query, you can mention n number of conditions in the where clause, right? So here, if you observe in this one, we could see there are three clauses: select, from, and where. Now in this where clause, you can mention multiple set of condition followed by and or. Okay, so where clause will be provided after the from clause. The condition can be composed of expression, constraint, comparison operator, constants, and many more. Okay, here if you observe the simple example here provided, so we are trying to retrieve all the employees whose department ID is equal to 90. Okay, now let us see few samples before proceeding further. Select star from EMP. So when you execute this particular query, it will provide all the data which is available in this particular table. So now we got 14 rows. Now understand, let us say that I want to retrieve all the employees who belong to the department 30. How do we write the query? Retrieve all the employees who belong to department 30. I just want to see in the output all the employees who belong to department 30. So then I have to apply my where clause. Select star from EMP where department number is equal to 30. So here if you observe, I have provided a condition. Condition involves two variables. One is left-handed variable, other one is right-handed variable. And what do you want to compare? Whether you want to compare with a less than, greater than, equal to, not equal to, that all you can mention. But in our case, the requirement is to retrieve all the employees who belong to department 30, nothing but where department is equal to 30. That is why what I mentioned here, department is equal to 30. Execute the query now. Now we are getting 5 rows. Let us see the same functionality from the Excel sheet. So I have an Excel sheet which is having the same data which got extracted from the table. I'll try to filter the same data here. I'll apply a filter criteria here. Filter. Now, what do we want to apply? I want to apply the filter on the department number. I just want to see all the employees who belong to the department number 30. Now let us see what data we get it. So we are getting the similar 5 records, right? We are getting the same 5 records we are getting here. So this is how even database is working. You're just trying to apply the filter criteria on the row level. So in the Excel sheet also, whenever you apply the filter, it applies at the row level. Nothing but you want to restrict set of rows from visibility. You want to see only the data which satisfy your criteria. Okay, let us see now. Let us write one more query now. I want to see all the employees whose department is 10. How do I write it? Just mention 10. Instead of 30, I'll mention 10 here. Now we got 3 rows. Similarly, you can apply the same logic in the Excel sheet. Here, what I'll do is instead of selecting 30, I'll select 10. Now we got 3 records, right? So this is how we can apply the filter criteria on the rows which you got retrieved from the query. So if you want to mention character string, so just now we mentioned department number is equal to a numeric value. But if you want to mention the character value for the comparison, then you have to mention single quotes. Okay, now what I'll do is, let us say I want to retrieve all the employees whose job is clerk. Retrieve all the employees, retrieve all the employees whose job is clerk. Now what I have to do, select star from EMP where job is equal to clerk. Let us see what will happen if I don't mention single quotes. Just see what it is telling. It is telling that invalid identifier. Invalid identifier means it's like an invalid column. So here if you don't mention anything, if you mention a string or a character without having single quotes, it assumes it's a column in the database table. But clerk is not a database column of the EMP, right? Because in the EMP column we don't have any column called clerk. Here we want to compare the value of job equivalent to clerk, nothing but this is a value, not a column name, right? So then that is why we have to mention in a single quotes. Now try to execute and see the data. So here we are getting all the records whose job is clerk. So this is how we can mention the string value. Let us say if you want to retrieve all the employees who was hired in a particular year, then what you can do? Similarly, you have to write like this: single quote, select star from EMP, where hire date is equal to, mention single quotes and mention the value. So let us say I'll just mention this particular thing, where hire date is equal to this one, right? We got this particular value. Okay. Now let us get into the next one. So far we have just seen the comparison operator equal to, right? But we have other things like greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, and for not equal to we have the different variations. You can use any of them. Okay, so these are all comparison operator you can use in the where clause. Okay, so before proceeding further, let us see this different comparison operator now. Okay, retrieve all the employees whose department is not equal to 10. How do we do it? Select star from EMP where department not equal to 10. This is one way of writing it. Correct? Okay. Why it is giving what it is telling? Invalid identifier. What is invalid identifier? Nothing but invalid column name, right? Just make use of this one. You can make use of control space bar in SQL developer. Let us, if you mention control space bar, it will provide you the valid column name from the table you mentioned in the from clause. Okay. Now we got all the data. It is displaying all the data where department not equal to 10. So can we retrieve all the employees who does not have department number? Can you retrieve all the employees who does not have department number? Nothing but department is null. We have seen that there are a set of departments for who does not have department number. What we have to do? We have to mention department is null. Okay, like this you have to mention. Now we can just make use of other things also, like similarly greater than or equal to, less than or equal to also we can apply. Okay. Next one. So here if you observe, this is set operator, nothing but you want to provide multiple list of values, right? Like a between, including a range, okay? Or in, if at all, if you want to provide a list of values, like operator, nothing but pattern matching, is null, right? If at all, if you want to compare null value, then you have to use is null. And here if you observe, there is a special thing. Let us say if you want to find out a particular character, you can mention percentile for n number of character, underscore denotes single character using a like operator. Let us see one by one. So let us start with a between. Okay. Now, how do we use between? Let us say I want to retrieve all the employees whose employee number starts with 7,000 and ends with 7,500. Okay. And retrieve all the employees whose job number or employee number starts with 7,000 and ends with 7,500. Let us see that. Select star from EMP where EMP number between 7,000 and 7,500, right? So we got two records. Let us say I'll modify this one. I'll modify 7500 with 7499. We just want to see whether 7499 will be retrieved or not. It is doing a inclusive search, right? It is doing a inclusive filtering. That is what I want to highlight here. It is doing a inclusive one. Okay. Other one like a in operator. So what we can do, assume that I want to retrieve all the employees whose job ID, whose department number belongs to either 10 or 20. Either 10 or 20. I want to retrieve all the employees whose department number is either 10 or 20. What I can do? Select star from EMP where department number in 10, 20. What will happen now? This particular condition is equivalent to a different one. I'll show you. Now what is happening? We could see all the employees belonging to either 10 or 20, right? So we got 10 records. There is another way of writing this one. Similarly, here if you observe, department number is equal to 10 or department number is equal to 20. Either of them, nothing but either retrieve all the employees who belong to 10 or retrieve all the employees who belong to 20. That is what it means. In clause is nothing but to in clause is nothing but equivalent to or clause. But this is a very efficient way of writing your where clause, right? Let us say if you have five values to be mentioned in the in operator, instead of mentioning 5 times or, you can simply make use of this one within a single way with single in clause, right? That is why in is preferred when you want to retrieve the set values. What is the other one? Like operator. This very important one. Let us see few examples on the like operator. So I'll try to use a different table now. If at all, if you don't have a specific table which I mentioned, just use the existing table which you have it, or you can construct a similar one based on this particular logic which I provided. I'll just say select star from headset parties. Select start from headset parties. So this is a party table in e-business suite, which is having a customer, a supplier name information. I want to retrieve all the parties which are starting with letter A. What I want to do? Retrieve all the parties which are starting with letter A. Retrieve all the parties which are starting with letter A. How do we write it? Select start from headset parties. Headset parties. Now we just want to know which are starting with letter A. We don't know what is the end value it can have it. So in this kind of scenario, what is the best thing we can use it? We cannot use is equal to here. We have to use like operator here, where party name like a percentile. Because why I mentioned a percentile? Because I don't know how many characters should be followed after A. What I know is I just want to retrieve all the employees who are starting with letter A. I doesn't know what is the length of the thing after A. Simply execute this one and see what is the record, what are the records you get it now. Can you see? You got 3, 4, 4, 7 records. These number of employees who are starting with letter A. Okay. Can retrieve, we can also try another thing. Let us say I want to retrieve all the employees whose party number starts with 100. Retrieve all the employees whose party number starts with 100. So how do we write it? Select start from headset parties where party number like 100 percentile. So what does it do? It is retrieving all the employees whose party number is just starting with 100 and ending with some other value. Okay. So you can apply the like operator on the character or on the numeric also. Okay. Let us try whether this works on the date or not, right? Let us say I want to retrieve all the employees whose creation date is in the year 1997. Okay. This, let us see whether it works or not. Creation date like 97. So copy this one. Yeah, instead of this one, what I'll do, I'll mention creation date like it is ending, right? So I have to mention 1997 like this. Just see what will happen. Can you see? It is retrieving all the employees whose creation date is in the 97. It is not bothering about which month and all these things, but which is ending with 97 it is giving, right? Let us say I want to mention a month like this, like a percentile, Jan percentile. I want to retrieve all the employees whose creation date is January 1997. Doesn't care about which particular date, but it is taking care of the month and the year. So there is no employee with this, right? Let us try with the fib. Yep, we could see a good amount of employees here. And see the creation date. Can you see? Creation date is somewhere like for all employees like a 24th February, 25 February, whatever it is, right? So this is how you can apply like this. Now, let us say I want to see all the employees whose name ends with N. Whose name ends with N. How do we do it? Similar one. Party name. And what I want to do, I want to starting character I don't know, but ending character is N. Starting character I don't know, but ending character is N. Okay, we could see all the employees whose ending character is N. Correct? Now, let us say I want to see all the employees whose name starts with A followed by 4 characters, nothing but I want to retrieve all the employees whose name starts with A followed by 4 characters. These 4 characters can be anything, nothing but The maximum set of employee name, or sorry, the party name I want to see is just 5 characters, including A. Okay, let us see how do we write it. So first thing is, what is the thing you want to write it? Retrieve all the employees whose name starts with A, whose name starts with A, followed by 4 characters, nothing but 4 underscores. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you see? I could see there are 4 employees whose name is starts with A and followed by 4 characters. Can you see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, like this. So this is how we can try to make use of underscore. Other thing, let us see. One more thing. Let us say retrieve all the employees whose name starts with starts with A and third letter is A and followed by any other letter, right? Quite cryptic, right? Let us see how do we achieve it. So first thing, what we want to do, starting letter is A, third letter is A, and after that can be anything. What we can do here, we have to use a combination, right? Starts with A, then any character, then again third one is A followed by any character. This is how we can try to apply. Can you see? Okay, so here I mentioned capital A, but you can just consider small a. If at all, if you know, like if the employee name is having a capital letters, what you can do, you can make use of the string conversion function like upper, lower, like that. But as of now, we are ignoring them. Okay, so this is how we can make use of the like operator. Now coming to the other one, is null. Is null. If at all, if you want to compare null value, we always have to use is null. Can you see? Let us write one more logic now. Okay, let us make use of our employee table only. Get all the employees who does not have commission. Get all the employees who does not have commission. What we do? Select start from EMP where commission is equal to null. What is wrong here? Let us see. So we know that whenever you want to compare null value is equal to will not work. This is wrong. This is wrong. Then what is correct? We have to use like this. Select start from EMP where commission is equal to null. Like where commission is equal to null. Here instead of is equal to, you have to use is. Commission is null. So these can be small or upper, doesn't matter. Okay, any Oracle keyword doesn't matter whether it can be uppercase or lowercase, but follow some particular rule. Okay, now let us say if at all, if you want to see all the employees who are having commission. Now what is happening is this is retrieving all the employees who is not having commission. But if at all, if you want to retrieve all the employees who are having commission, how can you do? You can just mention select start from employees EMP where commission is not null. Just mention commission is not null. Okay, is not null. It is retrieving all the employees who are having a value commission. Okay, this is how we can use is null. Next, let us get to the other slide. We have seen some sort of examples. Next one, the logical operator. So there are 3 logical operators we have: and, or, not. So we know that when you are using a where clause, you can apply multiple conditions, right? So when you are using multiple condition, you have to include a logical operator between the multiple condition. Either it can be and, or not. Let us see the few examples in these 3 scenarios. Let us see, I want to retrieve all the employees whose name starts with A and job is salesman. I want to retrieve all the employees whose name starts with A and job is equal to salesman. What I have to do? Select start from EMP where E name like A percentile. This is one condition. And what is the other condition? Job is equal to salesman. Job is equal to salesman. But how does Oracle know that which is the first condition and which is second condition, and whether you want to retrieve all the employees? It can be either case or both case. to verify or to provide a proper understanding to the Oracle engine, you have to mention the proper logical operator. Here I have to mention and or based on the requirement. Okay. Now, one more thing is when you're providing multiple cases, there's a best practice to mention 1 equal to 1, a positive condition, and provide the appropriate logical operator here. So this 1 is equal to 1 is actually having no significance. It's just for readability purpose. Okay. This is a best practice we generally mention when you're writing a query. Now what it is doing, I have two conditions. One is e-name like a percentile and job is equal to salesman. It should retrieve all the employees whose job names, whose employee name satisfied with a percentile and job is equal to salesman. Let us say if you remove the a instead of a percentile, if you mention a percentile, just see what will happen. It is retrieving all the employees, doesn't matter what name it starts with, but the job is equal to salesman. Okay. Now let me write one more simple query. Select star from Jewel where 1 is equal to 1. Now what is happening here? Let us see. So 1 is equal to 1 is always a true. That is why it doesn't filter any data. It is retrieving all the records. Let us write one more thing. Select star from 1 is equal to 0. It will not retrieve any data. Why? It's a false condition. It's a false condition, but we are not clearly telling which rows should not be shown, but it is just not showing any rows. The reason is even though this where condition whatever you mentioned, it is not based on any column of your table, then why it is not retrieving any records? The reason is your total condition is false. When your total condition is false, it doesn't evaluate for your from clause or select clause. It doesn't bother about that displaying any data because your total condition is equal to false. What is the result you will give it? That is the reason it is not displaying any data. Now here if you observe, let us say, and I'll just say dummy is equal to x, you'll get all the records. Why? Because both conditions are getting satisfied. That is the reason it is giving the data. Okay. Now let us do one more thing. Select star from Jewel where -1 is equal to -1. Still I'm getting the data because it's a true condition. Just see one more thing. Select star from Jewel where null is equal to null. Is this correct? Null cannot be compared with null anytime. So how can I write it so that I'll get the data? Instead of null is equal to null, mention null is null. Null is null. Let's see what will happen. Null is null. Yes, it is correct. That is why I'm getting the data now, right? So these kind of small tricks will help you out in writing a bigger queries. Even though this particular query seems small, but the logic you have here, this logic can apply to any bigger queries, whatever you write, whatever the complex queries you write it. Okay. Now coming back, so let us apply these and or not. Okay, let us see few more examples of using these operators. Heads at parties. Now can I retrieve all the employees whose party type is equal to organization, whose party type is equal to organization, and party name starts with W. Okay, party type, whose party type is equal to organization, and party name starts with W. Okay, how do we write it? Select star from heads at parties where 1 is equal to 1 and party name like W percentile and party type is equal to organization, right? So this is how we can apply this logic. Okay. Now instead of and, if I apply or, what will happen? So here instead of and, I'll apply or. See what will happen. So party name we mentioned W. Okay. Now what is happening is here, like here you will have a kind of a confusion when you have a and or combination. The best thing is use the parenthesis for your understanding purpose. So after and, I'll apply a parenthesis to understand like where exactly this particular logic is applying. So now what is happening is, so for and or always you require always you require two conditions, right? For this is the logical operator which requires two conditions. So here if you observe, it is true if both component conditions are true. Nothing but this AND operator or operator requires two conditions. So the first one is equal to one is one condition, and the remaining is another condition. So this another condition I want to keep in parenthesis so that I will understand clearly where exactly on what basis this is working. So here if you observe carefully, what is happening? One is equal to one is okay, it is always true, and party name like W percentile or party type is equal to organization. Nothing but what is happening is you will see the data either party name belongs to W or it is an organization. It can be both or it can be anyone. At least one. At least one should be true, right? Whenever you have a or, it means that at least one should be true. If your first condition is satisfied, it will not validate the second condition. If your first condition is false, it will validate the second condition. Even if it is false, then you will not get any data of that kind of type. Now here, if you observe, I'm seeing all the data here. Let us say this particular party name is American Telephone and Telegraph, but the organization type is party type is organization. That is why only one condition is satisfied, not the both. But here, if you see the first record, both conditions are satisfied, but at least one condition is getting satisfied. That is what the logic is all about. Okay. When you use this particular comparison, this particular operators, make use of parentheses appropriately to have a proper validation of your data. Now, how do you use a not? Not is equivalent to a no, kind of a not equal to, but let us see that. Select start from heads at parties, where party name not like a percentile. I want to retrieve all the employees whose party name does not start with A. So now here we should be able to see all the data except the employees who name does not starts with A. That's what this not is all about. Negation. Not is nothing but negation. Okay. Now coming to the next slide. So we have seen this example, right? Like what is the result of this particular logic? Now let us say and with, so whenever you apply and, let us say this first condition is true and second condition is also true, then only you'll get true. Remaining all cases you'll get false. Let us say in other case, let us say the first condition is false and other condition is true, still you'll get false. Okay, this is what this is how AND operator works. Similarly, if you observe the OR operator, right, at least one condition should be true. True with true is true, true with false is true, true with null is true, because at least one condition is true, right? So this how this OR operator works. Coming to not is negation. Now coming to the last topic of the session, order by clause. This again a very important thing. Whenever you're retrieving data, like we have to understand from which particular order you want to retrieve. By default, we know that like when you write a select query, only select and from is mandatory. Remaining clauses are not mandatory, but we generally apply based on the requirement. So here, if you observe in the order by, you have to mention either column or expression. You can mention either ascending or descending. By default, ascending is applied. And also here, if you observe, either you can mention two clauses, either ascending or in the order by clause, you can mention either of the condition. It can be ascending order or descending order. And what is the default ordering of data? We don't know what is the default ordering of data. By default, Oracle engine extracts the data. Let us say if you don't mention order by clause, what happens to your data? How it is retrieved? We don't know. Okay, it may not be equivalent to how you insert it, but generally you'll get the data based on some logical based on the internal logic of the Oracle SQL query engine. Okay. Now, so if at all, we know that like when you have a data in the database, generally it can be a numeric, or it can be characteric, or it can be a date format. Other value you may have is null value, right? If at all, if you have a null value, if you mention order by on a column which is having null value will get displayed last. Let us see all these conditions one by one. Select star from EMP. I'll just say order by commission. What will happen? Now here, if you observe, as I said you, if at all if you have a null value, it will be displayed last. Assuming it can be highest, or assuming it doesn't have value, so it cannot calculate what it is. That is why it just ignores that and will get displayed at last. That is what it means. Order by commission is displaying at last value, right? So here it starts with 0, 300, 500, 1400 like this. Okay. Now by default it will do a ascending order, right? By default ascending order. Let us say if you if at all if you want to mention explicit one, you can mention either ascending or descending. Now I'll mention ascending. You should not see any difference in the data. You'll see the same data. Now I'll mention descending. Let us see what will happen. DESC. Can you see it displaying all the null records first, and then you got 1400, 500, 300, and 0. Okay, this is how it will get displayed. Now let us see. I want to mention order by. I'll simply mention order by 1. I'll mention order by 1. What does it mean? What does it mean? Order by 1 means what is the first column position in this particular set of records? Nothing but in the select clause. As of now, I don't have any column name, but by default, let us see. First thing is just observe this one, EMP table structure. So in the EMP table structure, when you created the table, this was the positioning of your columns. EMP number was the first column, right? That is why when you execute it, when you mention asterisk, even though when you don't mention the column, it will extract the records as per the creation, as per the position of the column name which you mentioned while creating your table. That is a logic. Now I mention order by 1. What does it mean? It means that what are the first column of your table, it will consider that and it will display information accordingly. Now order by 1 means nothing but EMP number ascending. Order by 1 is nothing but what it means. It is nothing but EMP number ascending. This is what it is assuming in the line number 135. What it is doing, it is ascending all the employee records based on the EMP number. You can also mention like a different things here. Let us say I want to order all the employees based on the employee number followed by EMP name, right? Now let us try a few more things. Now let us say select start from EMP, order by salary and commission. Just see what will happen. Order by salary and commission. So here if you observe what is happening, 800, 900, 1100, okay, 1250 is there. But here why this null is coming first? Just now we discussed that whenever you have a null, it should come last. But why the null is coming first? The reason is when you have a two columns to be sorted, first what it will do is it will sort all the data. It will sort all the data based on that first column, and then it will try to sort the second column, but it cannot disturb the first column. I mean to say, here already sorted all the data, but now in this scenario, just observe carefully here. Let us say, to understand in easier manner, I'll try to apply where clause also. I'll try to apply where salary is equal to 1250. I just want to clearly tell you why it is happening like this. Now here if you observe, salary is equal to 1250, we got the data. Now what is happening, this 500 1400 also got sorted properly, right? So in this particular example we could not make out clearly how it is working with the multiple sortings, right? I'll just try to remove this and try to apply the different one. Now let us see again. So here the first column is totally ordered, but here if you observe the commission, we don't see a proper order, right? Because here I could see 500, then 1400, here I could see 0 and 300. How come this sorting? How come the sorting of commission is not proper? Yes, it won't be proper because it will order the data on the first column. It doesn't bother about the second column. As long as it satisfies the first column, if it cannot sort the second column, it will just simply ignore it. That's how it works. Okay. Now let us say if at all, assume that if I mention commission descending, do you think any change? No, you cannot change it. No, you'll see one difference here. You'll see one difference here because this, without disturbing this salary, it can sort this one, right? Nothing but 7521 was displayed first. Now, but in this scenario, you'll see a different one. In this particular line number 147, if you try to re-execute, you'll see a difference that 7654 will be displayed in the fourth position. Let us see that. Can you see? Can you see here? This got descending here. This got descending here. Remaining you don't find much change, but this got a difference. Okay. So this depends upon the data which you have it, but the basic logic you have to remember is that when you have a sorting order mechanism, it will order the first column. What are the column which you mentioned in the first position of your order by? Then later on it will try to order the remaining data like that. Okay. Now, yeah, we have seen some of the examples, similar examples. Okay. So what all we have learned in this one, we have learned how to use a where clause. We have seen how to use a between, in, like, null operator. We have seen the comparison operator, and also we have seen the logical operator, and also we have saw the order by clause. How do we sort the data? Okay, thank you.